Hello, Joe here from GetGround in partnership with Beach Holdings today. I've been asked to come and speak to you guys, clients of Beach Holdings, about some of the things that are typically asked by their clients with regards to limited company structures. So first thing I'm going to talk about is what is a limited company, how are the benefits, and I'm then going to be talking in the second part of the series about what are some common misconceptions around limited companies, and the third, more focused on mortgages around limited company structures. As always, the contents of this video does not constitute tax advice, and I would recommend that before making any investment decisions, you seek independent legal, financial advice where applicable. So, what are the benefits of a limited company structure, and what is a limited company structure? So, a limited company structure here in the United Kingdom is simply a form of company which is limited by the shares. And the benefits of a limited company structure, particularly relating to a property purchase, tend to be fivefold. The first one is there is tax efficiency. What does tax efficiency mean? Essentially, for a lot of people, dependent on your financial circumstances, it could be a much better position for you to be in holding the property through the mechanism of a limited company structure rather than holding it in your personal name. The second part of that is limited liability. Whenever we go out and we consider buying an investment property, we always come across two independent types of risk. The first is a financial risk, and the second is a physical risk. It's very important when we buy investments to consider isolating the risk associated with that individual property that we're looking at purchasing from A, our own personal property, B, the other buy-to-lets within our property portfolio, and C, your trading business if you have one. The third benefit is increased flexibility. Having a limited company structure or having one property in a limited company structure gives you much more flexibility with what you can actually do with the asset when you own it. The first part of that is just by having the ability to sell the company itself. So selling the shares within the company rather than selling the property from the company. In the UK, we tend to be a lot better at selling shares, which, as you know, can be bought and sold very, very quickly, whereas buying and selling property can at times, unfortunately, take months and months. Additionally, it can give us a lot more flexibility with what we actually can do with the asset, because if we have a property contained within a limited company structure, we actually have the ability to sell and gift shares within that company structure. Meaning, if you have a property that's worth £100,000, 100 shares, each share therefore equals 1% of that property value. If you decided to gift a share or 50% of the company structure to a friend, family member, son, daughter, you would have the ability to do that at any time without restriction. The fourth benefit is when you have a better ability to make better decisions about what you can actually do with an investment property, you have much more ability to think about how you deal with inheritance planning. So as many of you know, and for the international audience out there, in the United Kingdom we do have an inheritance tax. It's very much worth making sure that the way in which you structure a company will help you to mitigate any of the associated costs and any of the associated difficulties of paying inheritance tax. And the final point is mortgages. There's a really good mortgage out there, mortgage market out there for buying property through the mechanism of a limited company structure. In the UK last year, 2020, even in the context of coronavirus, there were 85,000 buy-to-lets bought in the UK. 41,700 of those were bought through the mechanism of a limited company structure, making it the fastest growing sector of the mortgage market in the UK, bar nothing, and we're seeing rates tumbling the more that lenders enter the market. So those are your 5 benefits of using limited company structures. The first, tax efficiency. The second is limited personal liability. The third is increased flexibility. The fourth is a better ability to deal with estates and inheritance planning. And the fifth is a well-developed mortgage market. And thank you for listening.